Hello and welcome. This is the QTV Nightly News coming to you from our studio on Kairaba Avenue, and I am Ade Darami. Thanks for joining us. Here are tonight's headlines. Gambian President Adama Barrow, together with some cabinet ministers, welcomed Ghanaian President Nana Akufo-Addo on a day-long visit to the Gambia on Friday. Ghana's president also visited some ECOMIG troops in the North Bank region. In an announcement yesterday, His Excellency President Adama Barrow announced some changes within his cabinet, which saw the departure of 2 ministers. Cleaner the Gambia, in collaboration with UNICEF and State of the Mic, organized the Gambia's first National Children and Youth Conference on climate change. And we hear about many young people drowning. We learn about a scheme which involves 16 days of intensive swimming for 50 children. And on to international news. In a dramatic turn of events, Kenya's police chief, Japhet Koome, has resigned on the same day 5 bodies wrapped in sacks were discovered in a quarry near an informal settlement. Also in international news, Rwandans go to the polls on Monday the 15th of July in a contest many are describing as a foregone conclusion and a 4th-term win for President Kagame. Those were the headlines. Now the news in detail. Gambian President Adama Barrow, in the company of some of his ministers, welcomed Ghanaian President Nana Akufo-Addo on a day-long visit to the Gambia on Friday, where, among other matters, the 2 leaders discussed bilateral relations and regional security. Lolly M. Camara covered the proceedings and she filed this report.
President Addo, who is also the current chairman of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, arrived in the Gambia for a day-long visit and was greeted by a red carpet welcome at the Banjul International Airport. His first engagement was a meeting with President Barrow at State House, where they discussed ways to strengthen cooperation between the 2 countries. President Barrow expressed his gratitude for Ghana's ongoing support to the Gambia in various sectors, including education and health. President Addo also visited the North Bank region of the Gambia, where he met with ECOWAS mission in the Gambia, ECOMIG troops stationed in the area. In addition to the troops from Ghana, the ECOMIG forces also include troops from Senegal and Nigeria. The president commended their efforts in maintaining peace and security in the region and assured them of ECOWAS' continued support.
With the president, we had some very constructive discussions, matters of mutual interest, as they say. And I also had the opportunity to go and visit the Ghanaian troops. As you're all aware, there is a contingent of Ghanaian troops here as part of the ECOWAS stabilization force in the Gambia. And I went to Barra to visit with them. They're very happy. They're happy to be here, and they're happy to be contributing to the peace and stability of your country. So thank you very much for coming to meet with me.
President Barrow expressed his appreciation for President Addo's visit and assured him of the Gambia's commitment to strengthening ties with Ghana and other ECOWAS member states.
And we have always been engaging, and there is a lot of Gambians even who are studying in Ghana. Recently, we sent about 23 Gambians to go study engineering. They all came out with positive results. They all came out with distinction. I told the president today that it's really very, very special. And as the president said, I think when I came to power in 2017, he said his first major decision on his table was Gambia, to send troops to Gambia. So obviously Ghana have been very, very supportive, and we are very happy that he came to visit. It is just a walking visit, but we discuss a lot, bilateral issues about the sub-region also. So basically that's all about it.
President Addo's visit to the Gambia marks a significant step towards strengthening the already strong relationship between the 2 countries and promoting regional integration in West Africa. For QTV News, Lolly M. Camara.
And sticking with President Barrow, in an announcement yesterday, His Excellency President Adama Barrow announced some changes within his cabinet, which saw the departure of 2 ministers. The changes were confirmed by a statement from State House in Banjul on July the 12th. More in this brief report.
Has accepted the resignation of Honorable Adijatu C, the Minister of Basic and Secondary Education. According to a statement from State House, Honorable C stepped down for personal reasons. In his statement, the President thanked her for her dedicated service and extended his best wishes for her future endeavors. In a related move, the President has also relieved the Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Usman A. Ba, of his duties. The specific reasons for his decision have not been disclosed at the time. Minister Ba was appointed in June 2022. Before taking up his ministerial post, Mr. Ba served as the Chief Executive Officer of the Indian Institute of Hardware Technology, IIHT, Gambia Limited. Hadijatu C was appointed in March 2024. A development specialist, Ms. C is a sociology graduate of the American University in Washington, D.C., and holds a master's degree in gender and development from the University of Sussex, UK. Along with many years of development work across Africa, Ms. C also served as Senior Development Specialist with the World Bank from 2005 to 2020. In the interim, the President has assigned Professor Per Gomez, the current Minister of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, to oversee the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education. Additionally, Dr. Ismail Assisa, the Minister of Information, will temporarily take charge of the Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy. Under Section 714C and Section 714B of the Constitution, the President has the authority to accept resignations and relieve ministers of their duties, ensuring that the administration remains functional and responsive to the nation's needs.
Now, Clean Earth Gambia, in collaboration with UNICEF and State of Mike, organized the Gambia's first National Children and Youth Conference on Climate Change. More in this report by Lolly M. Camara.
The theme of the conference is Accelerating Children and Youth Voice for Climate Resilience in the Gambia. The event brought together ministers, senior government officials, civil society organizations, youth and children representatives from the 7 administrative regions of the country to discuss critical climate change and resilience issues. Bakari Waibaji, the Youth and Sports Minister, in his opening remarks, applauds the youth for devising such a significant event, which will be beneficial to the present and future generations.
Would be what all of us will be able to utilize to get the message out there, and each one of us has that responsibility to ensure that we hand over a generation that is more environmentally friendly, a generation, a country, and a world that will be friendly to the future of this world.
UNICEF's country representative, Nafisa Bint Safir, whose institution partnered with Clean Earth Gambia, gave an assurance of her institution's continuous support.
UNICEF has partnered with Clean Earth to empower children and adolescents in the Gambia with knowledge and skills to advocate and take actions to protect their environment.
Here is Rohi John Manjang, the Minister of Environment.
This conference exemplifies our dedication to empowering our youth and communities, building their capacity and involving them meaningfully in climate action and policy-making processes. On this note, I call upon all stakeholders, from government representatives, development partners, the civil society organizations, the private sector, to join us in this critical endeavor.
Fatou Jeng, the founder of Clean Earth Gambia and one of the youth climate advisors of the United Nations Secretary General, congratulated all their partners and participants for attending this maiden national event by making it a success.
The conference is one of the avenues we would like to use to make sure that we are engaging in not only policy dialogues, but making sure that we are coming out with tangible recommendations and solutions that will present to the government to make sure that the initiatives, the projects and the programs that are implemented are more youth and child-friendly and sensitive.
David S.A. Williams spoke on behalf of the children.
Governments, non-governmental organizations, schools and communities all have a role to play. We must advocate for policies that prioritize children's health and climate resilience. This includes investing in renewable energy, improving healthcare systems, and promoting sustainable agricultural practices.
The Maiden Climate Change Forum for the Children and the Youth Fraternity in the country will no doubt offer the participants the opportunity to exchange views and ideas and to foster better cooperation with partners in strengthening the implementation of climate change solutions, thereby paving ways in mitigating climate change in the Gambia. For QTV News, I am Lamin Alaifan.
And thank you. And that takes us to a break. And I must apologize. That was evidently not Lamin Alhaji Fanding Dabo. And after this break, we'll have some more local and international news story. Do join us after this break.
Hello, boss. Operation launched.
Go on, Bomber, go on.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
What is it, Bomber?
Hello, boss. I don't understand. Amazing discounts on all the best products.
But it's really easy to understand. During Butty Days, take advantage of exceptional discount up to 50% on tile, sanitary, and light. From June 29th to July 13th, you will be splurging. Butty Mutt, welcome home.
Welcome to the future of transportation in the Gambia. The Bertel Harding Highway, a 22-kilometer double carriageway, is set to revolutionize travel and connectivity in our beloved country. A 3-lane highway means more space for vehicles, smoother traffic flow, and reduced congestion. Each lane has a specific purpose. The leftmost lane for overtaking and faster vehicles, the middle lane for standard driving, and the rightmost lane for slower and turning vehicles.
Welcome back. You're watching QTV News. Now, as we hear about many young people drowning, we learn about a scheme which involves 16 days of intensive swimming lessons for 50 children. More in this report.
Every year, there are stories of children drowning in the Gambia. Despite having a river running through the country and a coastline along the Atlantic Ocean, many Gambians do not learn to swim. In June this year, 6 children drowned in an incident in the Upper River region. The program, designed for children aged 9 to 16, is in memory of Robert Jaju, the first student to enroll at Mary's Little Lambs Nursery School, who tragically drowned in April 2023 at the age of 13. Robert was remembered as a focused, obedient, eager to learn, and disciplined pupil. Lison Ba, proprietor of Mary's Little Lambs, advocates for the inclusion of swimming lessons and water safety in extracurricular activities in all schools.
Today, we are remembering our beloved child, Robert Jeju. We are advocating that swimming and water safety will be part of the school curriculum and will be treated as extracurricular activities.
Sang Mandi, the representative of Swim for Life Gambia, emphasized the critical importance of swimming skills and urged the Gambian government to take measures to prevent child drownings.
It is an open secret that our country is surrounded by water. Yet it is very scary that only 1 or 2 in every 10 can swim. This leaves us as the people living next to water all vulnerable. Schools should invest in swimming pools and incorporate swimming in their physical education activities. This way, we can save some children from drowning and will also allow children to adopt swimming as a sport just like others will do for football, for athletics, for volleyball, for basketball.
Zainab Mboop, head girl of Mary's Little Lambs, expressed her gratitude for the lifelong and life-saving skills gained during the program.
To our gallant trainers who left their busy schedules to give us swimming lessons that were so educative and helpful to our lives as people.
Kate Mahman, a swimming teacher from Ireland and a volunteer with People and Places Volunteer Organization, hopes that the demonstration of these skills will raise awareness about the importance of swimming among Gambians.
Our hope is for parents and all else in the Gambia to see today the importance of teaching kids how to swim in efforts to prevent further fatalities, but also to encourage a new life skill. We teach that although the water should be respected as a possible unsafe environment, it can also be used as opportunity.
This initiative trained the children in freestyle, backstroke, breaststroke, deep water swimming, and rescue techniques. It aims to prevent drownings while children enjoy the sea and aspire to develop professional swimmers who can represent the Gambia in major competitions in the future. Reporting for QTV News, I am Lena Igwanyiba.
And from that story, next we will have some international news. And here's some international news. In a dramatic turn of events, Kenya's police chief, Japhet Koome, has resigned. On the same day, 5 bodies wrapped in sacks were discovered in a quarry near an informal settlement. More on this from Lena Igweniba.
Japhet Koome's resignation follows a sweeping overhaul of President William Ruto's cabinet, aimed at forming a leaner, more efficient government under pressure from a digitally savvy protest movement led by Kenya's Generation Z. President Ruto has appointed Deputy Police Chief Douglas Kanja to immediately take over the reins of the police force. While Mr. Koome's resignation has been met with approval from the public, the officers filmed firing at protesters during the unrest remain at large. The grim discovery of at least 11 bodies, some dismembered at a rubbish tip in Nairobi last Friday, has added to the nation's woes. Residents alerted authorities, but it is still uncertain whether these deaths are linked to the protest. In an unprecedented discussion on X, formerly known as Twitter, President Ruto assured Kenyans he would hold the offending officers accountable upon receiving video evidence. However, it remains unclear if any actions has been taken. Human rights groups have intensified their accusations against the police, claiming that officers have been responsible for shooting dozens of protesters, some fatally, as well as abducting and allegedly randomly arresting hundreds more. The nation now stands at a crossroads, grappling with the fallout of widespread unrest and the pressing need for justice and reform in its law enforcement practices. Reporting for QTV News, I am Lena Igwanyiba.
I'm afraid that's all we have for you in this bulletin. However, don't forget to join us tomorrow at 8 p.m. for the Week in Review, where I will be joined by Mamadou Mboj and Lamidi Sonko with the sign language translation. Thanks for watching. Have a pleasant weekend.